Hey Twitter world, yours truly. I hope you guys don't mind. Obviously in past installments of Twilly's Takes, I'd always put some edits on this screen. It's a bitch to edit that shit, so I'm not even gonna worry about that. But welcome to Twilly's Takes, the only show on the internet that is completely fine with the Cowboys sticking with Jason Garrett. More on that later. Texans versus the Colts. Well, I think it's safe to say the South belongs to the Texans, which makes sense geographically. Now, I didn't watch this game live for reasons which I think you guys will understand. I was hanging out with a girl. But after watching the highlights, I think I made the right choice. DeAndre Hopkins doing things only DeAndre Hopkins can do. Deshaun Watson throwing the rare interception, but I think that the RKO body slam really made up for it. Notable injury, Eric Ebron is getting surgery on both of his ankles following our one-on-one basketball matchup where I did in fact dunk on him. Very unfortunate for the Colts, on the real. Sorry about that, Eric. It's really sad that your season's over. They controlled their own destiny, but unfortunately they couldn't get the win against the Texans. So now I don't think they win the division, and with the fairly difficult schedule ahead, I don't think they make the playoffs. Unpopular opinion, ooh. Bill Allen versus Bronco Allen. Well, while my brothers were having fun in their QB battle, I, the third coolest Allen, was watching Red Zone. And yes, I did put myself above Kyle Allen. There's no reason for it, I just feel like I'm definitely cooler than Kyle Allen. But anywhoosies, I bet you're wondering who the real coolest Allen is. And that honor is going to go to my big brother, Josh. 2 touchdowns on the day, 1 interception. Meanwhile, the other brother, Brandon, had 1 interception to complement his perfect 0 touchdowns. Attaboy. I am impressed though. His QBR was 32.9, which does clock in just above my IQ score. But on the day, there was another thing that happened, but I can't quite think of it off the top of my head. Something about a running back. That's a joke, by the way. Congrats, Frank Gore. Honestly, definitely a quiet career, but I think that's a good thing. I think the fact that he's so humble despite breaking all these running records, no one deserves it more than you, Frank Gore. Keep up the good work, all right? The Bears versus the Giants. Now, Mitch, I love to kiss titties, Trubisky, did pretty good, especially considering having a gruesome injury last week where he had to get benched. I know, crazy injury and had to get benched. It had nothing to do with the fact he was playing like garbage. Anyways, do you remember a few seconds ago when I said he did pretty good? Well, I lied. He hasn't had more than 1 interception all season, which is surprising considering how bad he's done all season. Until today, where he threw 2 interceptions. Damn it, Mitch. But he passed for a TD and he ran for a TD. Saquon Barkley was held to just 59 rushing yards, which isn't that bad considering it's against the Bears defense. But unfortunately, that had to put a load on Daniel Jones, who last time someone put a load on him didn't end well. Sex joke. 2 TDs to his credit, 0 interceptions. That was pretty good, Daniel. Good job. But unfortunately, the Bears won. I think it's too late for the Bears, though. That's me being as unbiased as possible. It is completely possible for them to win out and go 10-6. But even at 10-6, the wild card teams will be a bit higher than that. So regardless, good win, but keep on dreaming. The Steelers versus the Bungholes. Following the tough loss against the Browns, the Steelers knew they had to come into this game swinging. And they did not. Division matchups are always tough, but to almost lose to the Bengals is next level dog shit. Poor Mason Rudolph, you know, like a week ago, he got smacked in the head with a helmet. A day later, he gets fined $50,000. A couple days later, he gets called out for being a racist. A few days later, gets benched for a literal duck. But Rudolph played like garbage. There's no going around it. 50% completion percentage, 1 interception to 0 touchdowns and only 85 yards. The Bengals were playing better than the Steelers, and it really shows on the scorecard. But then, God called down upon the Steelers. He let out a quack and gifted Mike Tomlin a duck. Which, of course, is just a long, cute way for me to say that Mason Rudolph got benched by a duck. Delvin Hodges came to the game, threw for 118 yards and a touchdown. But the Steelers really do have a real QB controversy. Do they go with the rapist, a racist, a clown, or a duck? The Steelers season's over and Tomlin don't give a fuck. Thank you. Tour tickets are on sale now. The Browns versus the Dolphins. Well, a revenge game for Jarvis Landry. He stepped up for sure. 2 TDs, 148 yards for that guy. Everyone knows that Miami is awful, but when you let Baker throw for 3 touchdowns, yeah, you got a problem. Sure, you picked them off once, but every single other team in the NFL has picked them off once, Miami. The game was a blowout, and as long as Myles Garrett is suspended, the Browns are in good hands, especially with this chick swinging helmets for him. Browns fans, you guys are something else, but I respect it. Honestly, your playoff hope continues to grow. Good luck, Browns. On to the next one. The Buccaneers versus the Falcons. So, hold on, Atlanta. You destroy the Saints, you pound the Panthers, but somehow you fuck it up against the Bucks? It's just a perfect time to bring back this gem. Although Matt Ryan threw no touchdowns and 1 interception, he has to look on the bright side. He threw less picks than Jameis Winston that game, but also 3 less touchdowns than Jameis Winston. What's interesting to me is that Jameis Winston is on pace to throw the most touchdowns this year, but also the most interceptions. That's only been done by a few guys. I know Lynn Dickey on the Packers did it back in the day. I know Drew Brees did it at one point, but except he tied for the most interceptions. That still counts though. Keep it up, Jameis. You're doing history. Anyways, Matt Schwab came into the game and pretty much gave the Falcons their only form of life. But keep it up, Falcons. You're getting closer and closer to getting a new head coach. You got this. Saints, Panthers. Bradley, I'm very sorry for the Panthers' loss. I think you and I both knew going into this game the Panthers would lose. Playoff chances are slim, but possible. However, I think it's so funny that the Saints fans, the ones crying for this new rule to be able to, review pass interference calls, get the very rare overturn pass interference call called on them for something that didn't even look like a pass interference. Kyle Allen was throwing the ball away and the defender barely touches him, and yet that's a pass interference. Oh my god, that shit's so funny. It's so funny. Almost as funny as Joey Sly missing the game-winning kick and ultimately losing my fantasy week because of that kick. I am down by 3 points in my fantasy league. It is because Joey Sly missed that field goal. If you think you're hurting, Bradley, imagine how I feel. Redskins versus the Lions. Detroit, you are in some deep doo-doo. When Ninja has to make a tweet saying how much you guys suck, you know you have a real problem. It is clear that you weren't going to make playoffs regardless of the outcome of this game, but come on. You lose to the second worst team in the NFL. Jeff Driscoll is awful. Ty Johnson was a waste of a waiver wire pick on my end. My fault. My bad. But at least you have Matt Prater, who missed one of his kicks today. Washington, however, congrats on a win against a team that isn't the Miami fucking Dolphins. Dwayne Haskins looks so proud of himself, taking selfies on the sideline. You know what? Rightfully so. He threw 1 interception on the day. That's less than he usually does. But hey, a win's a win. He was busy taking a selfie, didn't even realize that 8 seconds were left on the clock in case Keenum had to come into the game and take the knee for him. Oh man, Dwayne Haskins is perfect for Washington. This game wasn't really fun to watch. It actually kind of sucked ass, but luckily special teams pulled through and gave us an amazing highlight. At first I thought, oh, how Redskins was that? Muffing a punt? But then 3 seconds later, that muffed punt turned into a touchdown. So, goddamn, good on you, fellas. GETS versus Raiders. Now, contrary to popular belief on my 9 subscriber YouTube channel, I am no football expert, okay? However, I think after yesterday, both Oakland and Cleveland will finish their respective seasons 9-7. Watch. But I do think the Browns take the 6th seed. Unfortunately, with this loss today, Oakland, I don't see a way that you guys make playoffs. But when you lose 34-3 against the Jets on your team, I shall not place a bet. I'm funny. But the Jets, they played a really good football. Jesus Christ, I don't know when the last time I ever said that was. Sam Darnold threw 2 TDs, ran 1 in, and threw for a lot of yards. The other touchdown came off an interception throw by Derek Carr, who was later benched. Like I said, great win by the Jets. I think I speak on the behalf of everyone in the NFL. I did not see that one coming, so good job. Seahawks versus the Eagles. At 9-2, the only thing that Seattle can do now is pray that the Niners slip up or the city of San Francisco is obliterated by either a meteorite or a nuclear bomb. Either one works out. Wilson had a decent day, by his standards at least. He threw a rare interception, but that didn't matter because Carson Wentz did even worse. As crappy as the Eagles played this season, they still have a good shot at winning the division. In the next 3 games, however, the Dolphins, the Giants, the Redskins, at that point, they should have the same record as the Cowboys, and then going into the Week 16 matchup against the Cowboys, whoever wins that game will win the division. So that one's going to be fun to watch. It's definitely going to be the team in the NFC that doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs, but I digress. This is definitely going to be a game that Philly is going to wish they got back, but at least they can rely on the Cowboys sucking. 6 rings versus we dem boys. Speaking of Cowboys sucking, Jerry Jones has something to say. He said something along the lines of, it was pretty glaring as to why we couldn't get it done. Jerry Jones also finishes with this, with the makeup of this team, I shouldn't be this frustrated. Now, I don't know about you, I personally don't speak billionaire NFL owner, but I'll type it into Google Translate real quick. Let's see about this. When translated from rich douchebag into English, it says, Jason Garrett is retarded and is going to be fired if we lose 1 more game. Yikes, that's harsh words from the owner. He is right though. This game was self-proclaimed as Battle for America's Team. But honestly, if I have anything to say about it, and I do, I would have titled this game either Search for the Worst Fan Base. Regardless, this may have been the worst viewing experience for the casual NFL fan like myself. Not because I hate both teams with a burning passion, but because it just wasn't fun to watch. All jokes aside, as much as I love clowning on the Patriots and the Cowboys, Patriots defense, although yes, historically great, like they're having a great season, they take advantage of awful quarterbacks and they just get a lot of interceptions and don't allow them to score. They're not fun to watch. It's literally just Bill Belichick melting the minds of their opponents. It's not fun to watch. I'm sorry. I don't have much to say about this game besides, how about them Cowboys? Woo! Tits and jugs. Okay, how'd you like that title card? I just thought of that on the spot. I truly thought Nick Foles was the answer, but I guess the Jaguars are just bad. As much as I love my boys Gardner Minshew and Big Dick Nick, the defense is just a shell of what it was. And Leonard Fournette has had to pick up so much of the slack, which is kind of a problem. He's not a bad running back by any means, but as a fantasy owner, I realize he can be very disappointing. I'm about to disprove my point right there by saying he did, however, have 2 touchdowns for me this week. So good job, Leonard. But if the Jaguars don't have a decent pass game, they always struggle. But the Titans, however, have just been great since Ryan Tannehill came out to be the starter. Good on you, Titans. Nice. I don't want to talk about this game. The Packers were smacked around just like any child that belongs to Tyreek Hill. This game was plagued with bullshit penalties on both sides of the ball from the very beginning. And honestly, it was an instant momentum killer for the Packers on the second play from scrimmage. But how does this warrant a penalty? That's literally him bumping into the guy and being like, yeah, that's right. Ah, ha, 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 ha. I'm not even going to use the refs as an excuse for this game. The 49ers were just better than the Packers on every single level. It wasn't even close. Make what you want out of this neat little stat, But the Packers are 4-3 with Davante Adams and 4-0 without Davante Adams. Nothing much to say though, like I said, but I think it's safe to say the 49ers are legit. Still not sure if they can hold up the Seahawks for the division though. NFC West is going to be really fun to watch, and it's going to come down to Week 17. Can't wait. Ravens versus Rams. Hey guys, new shirt here. So it's actually a new day. It's Tuesday. Right after the Rams-Ravens games, I decided to fall asleep because I am a responsible young adult. And yeah, upon further review, Lamar Jackson for MVP. I am all for that. 5 touchdown passes against a pretty good Rams defense. Yeah, I don't know if the Rams suck or if the Ravens are just that good, but regardless, fuck. Thanks for watching another episode of Twilly's Takes. Honestly, the support recently has been great. I know it may not look like I'm getting a lot of support, but I am reading a lot of the comments that you guys are leaving on my videos, and all you guys are just so supportive. I'm loving the conversations that we're having as well, like on the video where I discussed who's going to win MVP. I liked the friendly debates that we were having in the comments. You guys are cool. I appreciate you. If you guys did enjoy, if I made you laugh, if you like what I said about your team, please consider subscribing, slap that like button right in its dong, maybe share the video. But again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.